Andriy Askerov, a former volleyball coach from Donetsk region, became a volunteer from the first days of the full-scale Russian invasion. In the ranks of the Ukrainian armed forces, was called sports teacher. In October, he was blown up by a mine when he was going to provide medical assistance to his brothers. Shrapnel tore off 4 fingers on his leg.
I immediately left 4 fingers there, looked. The boot, except for the area where the fingers were, was intact. I still thought that everything would be fine. But then, when a surgery was conducted in Dnipro, they took a picture. It turned out that the entire foot was completely crushed and senseless. There was no way to collect it, so I told the doctor, prepare for prosthetics.
For almost 3 months, Andriy could not stand on his foot, and now for almost a week he has been wearing a prosthesis. He says it's hard to get used to.
Difficult, unusual, uncomfortable, hard. For me it seems to be a little heavy, but I understand that this is due to the fact that I just dangled with my foot there for 3 months. It's okay, I'll get used to it. Everyone gets used to it. I'm not the first and unfortunately I'm not the last.
The therapists of the state rehabilitation center Unbroken in Lviv help Andriy get used to prosthesis. The main activity of the medical institution is aimed at reconstructive surgery, orthopedics and prosthetics. Patients here are not only fitted with prostheses, they are produced here. During the full-scale invasion, 40 patients underwent prosthetic in the center. In addition, the center provides physical, psychological and psychosocial rehabilitation. Patients receive all medical care for free. In almost a year, 11,000 patients underwent treatment and recovery here.
Since the beginning of the war, we have become such a reliable medical area for the hospitalization of patients from the combat zones because of Russian aggression. Over the past year, we have treated about 500,000 patients, including 11,000 civilian and military victims, wounded, and about 80,000 internally displaced persons, including children. There will be a lot of such patients, and now there are a lot.
Recently, new simulators were installed in the center, made from the last batch of metal from the Azovstal plant. The metal for the enterprises was cast on February 20, 2022, 4 days before Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine.
When we agreed on some types of simulators, we found them in Kharkiv, and they were indeed produced during massive attacks on the city, which is quite symbolic, because both Azovstal metal and indestructible Kharkiv, and they continue the production, work for the well-being and improvement of the patient's condition.
New simulators for the hospital were purchased by the Patients of Ukraine Charitable Foundation within the framework of the Ukrainian-Swiss project Rehabilitation of War Injuries. Also, the Unbroken Center received about 50 units of modern medical and rehabilitation equipment.
The hospital we are currently in is one of. We now have a resource to help the 21 hospitals in different regions of Ukraine, to equip rehabilitation departments, and also, which is very important, to teach rehabilitation teams to work with this equipment. This is such a comprehensive initiative supported by the Swiss government. Without them, this would not have been possible. Now a lot of donors and countries are supporting us, but the focus of rehabilitation is now the first country, Switzerland.
The Unbroken Center in Lviv is to become the largest state-funded rehabilitation facility in Ukraine for war victims. The center is currently under development. There are plans to open another building in April. According to the project, models of apartments and even a store will be equipped in it, so that patients can prepare as much as possible for new living conditions. Reported by Serhiy Kulias, Yulia Bil, UATV News.